Hello and welcome to another episode of the Australian Guy playing GeoGuessr. Well, I've got a challenge for myself on at the moment to try and get a gold medal on the official New Zealand map, and I haven't done that yet. I've just got a silver. Gold medal is 20,000 points, basically. Anyway, I got to thinking, I've never actually got a perfect score on the Australia map, the official Australia map. As you can see here, I've come close, 24,997 points. But what you can see here down here is that took me nearly an hour, 59 minutes. Got the gold medal, so got over 20,000 points. I honestly don't think I deserve it on my current standards, where I try to play 5 4-minute rounds. So I'm setting myself a challenge here to get a perfect score on the Australia map. I think I'm going to find that hard. Perfect score on the Australia map, that is, in less than 20 minutes, 5 4-minute rounds. Australia map, well, I am Australian, so I get some places which I know, but I also get a lot of straight roads in the middle of nowhere, which, as you know if you've watched any of my other videos, I dislike. So it's not one of my favourite maps, but it is my own country, so periodically I'm going to have a go. I got asked by someone how I record these videos. I don't use anything particularly sophisticated. I use a program called OBS down here, which you can see. You can get a free version of it, and it works for me. I also edit at the end with a just a very basic virtual dub program. It's an old program, but it works for me. Okay. Really not going to go into how to do it, but it's not that difficult. So, Australian map, 5 4-minute rounds. Let's go. Okay, it's not a straight road in the middle of nowhere. Thankfully, it's suburbia by the looks of it. Okay, what have we got here? Okay, now that's interesting. I think that is a... Yeah, I think there might be a pathology. I'm not 100% sure. There might be a real estate agent. But I've seen that those markings on vehicles around here in Melbourne, so maybe it's a local thing. I don't know. One of the first things you look out for an Australian map, at least for me, is I look for number plates. Yellow number plates are New South Wales. Woodlands Park. Woodlands Park. Woodlands Park. Okay, that's potentially helpful. I don't, number plates are obviously blurred on GeoGuessr, but this is a girl in school uniform. I'm a teacher, so school uniforms are sometimes, I've got a decent knowledge of education. School uniforms are sometimes helpful. Don't recognise that one. It's a bit too generic for me. But it's something anyway. I've got Woodlands Park. Woodlands. It's fairly, again, woodlands is a fairly generic term, so I could be anywhere. Other things you look for with an Australian map is the power poles. I've been fooled by those recently in the past, but there's certain types of poles, Stobie poles, that are mostly associated with South Australia. I got fooled by one recently where I turned out to be in the Northern Territory. But what we've got here are just the sort of poles I'm familiar with here in Melbourne. So, yeah, safety house. Aha, now that's a big help. I am in Melbourne. That is a Melbourne Metropolitan, the bus service, our bus service. So that is a Melbourne thing. So, 501. Don't know the 501 route. It's nowhere near where I live. That's all I can say for sure. Moonee Ponds, I think that might say. Okay. Let's have a look. I don't know exactly where Moonee Ponds is. As I say, I live in Melbourne, but I don't know a lot of Melbourne that well. I mean, I know my own area, but Moonee Ponds, let's think. So I think somewhere up here. Anyway, let's have a look and see what else we get. Down below 2 minutes. So I've already lost a bit of time, but I've got Melbourne at least. And I think Moonee Ponds is the northern suburbs. I'm honestly not 100% sure. I mean, my knowledge of Melbourne is better in the southeastern and eastern suburbs. Okay, that would also tell me Melbourne if I didn't already know. The Age and the Herald Sun. Strathmore. Okay, that's more information. Strathmore and Moonee Ponds. Okay, I've got to start looking. But Strathmore. See if I can find Moonee Ponds. There's Moonee Ponds. So now I'm looking around the Moonee Ponds area. I'm looking for Strathmore, which is up here. So I'm actually doing quite well at the moment. Into Strathmore. Woodlands Park. Where's Woodlands Park? Let's see if I can find that. Woodlands Park. Okay, I'm going to get pretty close on this. I am north of Woodlands Park. I am looking for street numbers if I can get them. Can't quite get that, but so I'm on here somewhere. I'm pretty close already. Let me just see if I can get something else here. That's going to be... I'm assuming that's going to be Carnarvon Road. So, let's have a look. I am 1, 2, 3 houses away from Carnarvon Road on the north side. 1, 2, 3. I'm looking up that long building. Yep, that's going to be close. That's going to be very close. And it is close enough for 5,000 points. So that's a good start. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Very happy. Second round. Okay, again, not a straight road in the middle of nowhere. Not quite. It's straight roadish, and it's not a lot of stuff around, but there is some. There's some buildings. So this is better than I hoped for. Whether it's going to be able to convert it into anything, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to move up and see what else we can get. Some more signage up here. What's this say? We are moving. Well, that might help us. Where are you now? Kewdale. Kewdale. I don't know where Kewdale is. West Trans. Maybe I'm in Western Australia. Murray Road South. Remember? Kewdale I know isn't Melbourne, and listen, 99% sure it isn't Melbourne. They do have suburbs and things I've occasionally never heard of, but I know Kew quite well. I went to school there, so Kewdale, I would have thought I would know if there was a Kewdale around. So I'm guessing Western Australia, West Trans again. That's definitely not Melbourne. And if I don't get anything else, I'm going to have to go for Western Australia. But where? Welshpool Road. Just trying to see. I mean, Western Australia, capital is Perth, and I will go with Perth at this point. But it does have a couple of other decent-sized cities outside. I mean, it's got Fremantle, which is very close to Perth, really. And it's got some other places that are big enough that this could be those. But mlv.com.au, no, that doesn't help me. It's just a real estate company. Okay, so I'm going to be somewhere in Perth, if I'm going to get anything else. Pumps Australia, but at the moment I've got nothing really to... what was that? What was that? Oh, sheesh. I saw something then. What was it? I didn't get to see that sign before I lost it. That's embarrassing. Kewdale Freight Terminal. Okay, I'm going to have to... 2 minutes in, I'm going to have to go and have a look at Perth to see if I can find Kewdale, because that's the only thing I've got so far. Let's see what we get. So, from Western Australia, I think it's probably Perth or Fremantle, which are basically two cities that have merged into one, more or less. So I'm just trying to see if I can see Kewdale anywhere. And West Trans doesn't necessarily mean Western Australia, but it does seem quite prominent, possible to me. So let's have a look. Kewdale doesn't immediately lift out at me, but the thing is, with any type of thing, you have to move in close to get smaller suburbs and things. And I'm not 100% sure I'm in Perth anyway. That's the other thing. But I've got to look. Got to have a go. Woodvale. Okay. That's stuck. I'm going to have to speed up. I've kind of given up on being able to refine it to a perfect point at this point, unless I'm extremely lucky. So I don't think I got my perfect score, but I might get something else on this main road. If I can get some signage, I might get something to get me a bit closer. At the moment, I'm just guessing Perth. Welshpool. Perth City. Well, that's helpful. That confirms Perth City for me, and that 7's interesting. Now, where's this 7? 34 seconds to go. Can't see it. Perth City looks to be west of me. Well, that's not surprising. Fremantle is south. Yeah, again, not surprising. Can't see 7 on the maps. That doesn't mean it. There's 7. Okay. Kewdale. Right, I'm into Kewdale at least. Really go. Welshpool. Orrong Road. So I'm going to head into Welshpool, Kewdale. I've got to be close here, but I think I've enough time. I've got to click, because otherwise I'll miss it. 4964. So I'm not going to get a perfect score, but it's still a good score. I'm happy. So now we get to, it's not a straight road, it's curved, but it's still the straight road in the middle of nowhere phenomenon as far as I'm concerned. And that's always a problem for me. I love nature, I really do. If I knew where I was, I'd be quite happy. You know, visiting a place like this. But when you're playing a GeoGuessr game, you want information, and this isn't giving me much. I'm on a rural road. I'm heading, along it, just trying to see if I get anything. What was that? There was another. That's just telling me there's a parking up ahead. I'm hoping if I get to that, it might give me something else. So I'm going to stay on this road. But I'm not confident I'm going to get much at all. Down to, oh gosh, I must have missed one. So maybe I should have gone down that side road, trucking yards. Okay, I'm going to have a look down there just to see. I don't think I'm going to get much, but I don't think I'm going to get 28 kilometres to the next parking, and they feel that, the next truck park, and they feel it's worth telling me that. I don't think I'm going to get much going in that direction. So can I get onto that road? And I can't. Okay, starting point. Go this way this time. I hate them going the opposite way. So, I mean, it's not deep desert. Has got reddish soil. It's just reasonably inland. It's not always an indicator, but it's something of one. It's a sealed road, decent sealed road, but only one lane in each direction. So, not a main road approaching a city. At least not in the near future. Double lines. Those lines are interesting. I haven't seen lines like that before. Where I am in Melbourne, I mean, that again doesn't mean much. I don't always look at road lines, but the black line that was between those double lines, okay. 1:30 to go. Ooh, let's see if we get off this truck. Anything off this truck? I've lost the truck. Road oversize. Okay. Right. That's putting me, I think, more to Western Australia or the Northern Territory, or Central, maybe. It's hard to say. I'm going west-east. I am going to, if I don't get anything else, I'm going to go into Western Australia. But fairly inland. And that's really mostly a guess. I'm playing some... It's kind of a west-east road. If I'm Western Australia, that would be heading towards the coast. Whereas in the Northern Territory or South Australia, it's sort of cross-crossing. That's why I'm going for WA, but it could be South Australia heading into WA very easily on the same logic, and the logic may be completely flawed anyway. Down to about 10 seconds. I've got to choose somewhere. Okay, I'm going to go for here and guess. Absolutely terrible. 76 points. I was in the Northern Territory. Yeah. Okay, at least, actually, oddly, even though I'm 2,150 kilometres off, I am on the right road, in a sense. I'm on number one. But, yeah, that's not a good score. Okay. Okay, this is suburban. This is more to my liking in terms of information. Keep left side. Whoops, I didn't actually look at that. I'll go past now. I'll see another one. Maybe not. Maybe not. Sarana Place. There's no council information or anything on those signs. There isn't always. So that's not unusual, but it's one thing to look for. Even though a lot of the time it doesn't tell me anything useful. Look, this looks like a reasonably new housing estate. I'm going on the power poles, or the light poles rather, the power for things that are below ground, which is an indication of a fairly new estate typically. But that could be on the outer edge of, well, not even necessarily the outer edge, but of any city, any large city. I've got nothing like I could say. Can't say if it's New South Wales. Can't say if it's Victoria. I mean, number plates aren't saying New South Wales to me, but it could be Victoria. It could be Queensland. It could be. It could be. It literally could be anywhere. Not in the middle of nowhere. Not down in the deserts or anything. But this is type of suburban housing estate. You could be just anywhere in Australia. Now there's something. Nursery Street. Okay. All I can say about that symbol is I don't recognise it. Probably a council symbol, but it's not one that means anything to me at all. That might give me something. Redland. Okay, they can read that at least. Now, the only Redland I'm aware of, and so I'm a teacher, so is a school in Sydney, and that certainly doesn't look like anywhere like I am now. So it's Redlands anyway. But Redland. I don't know. Redland means nothing to me. I'm now fairly confident it's not Victoria, from seeing Redland, but that just still leaves 5 other states and 2 major territories that I can't rule out. Redland. Have I heard of Redland? You know, it is in the back of my head. What's that? universalfitness.com.au. Oh, can I get a closer look at this truck? Sports supplements, Universal Fitness sports supplements. Oh, this is a Falcon. No. I was hoping maybe that was telling me the brand for his thing. I was hoping it might be a football team sticker or something. Open house. Yeah, I'm down to a minute and I don't know. I'm just wandering randomly around trying to find something else. Without success, basically. I'm going to have to start zooming on the map somewhere soon. Let's see, for sale. Karen Renew. No, that doesn't give me anything. 20 seconds to go. I haven't even settled on the idea of a city. Wish I'd found this earlier. That's a street that's made more information. I'm going to hit somewhere around Brisbane. Just because I've got to choose somewhere. And Redland Bay. Guess. Last second wasn't brilliant. I mean, it was probably about 14 seconds in, but yeah, in the end, very lucky. 4864. Can't get a perfect score. Well, sorry, can't even get 20,000, but yeah, no, okay. We're back to almost straight road in the middle of nowhere territory. Again, it's a bit more built up than desert, but it's still pretty much a gravel road. Unsealed road. Froome. Froome End. Can't make anything of that. So again, could be just about anywhere that isn't in the middle of the outback, and even some parts of the outback are potentially possible. I'm leaning towards outer edges of a city, of a major city. This might give me something. Right. Just a stop sign, but that is getting me out onto a more major road, so I might get some signage here. Let's look this way. Yeah, there's a decent amount of traffic here, which is good. Not a huge amount, but these images are taking a while to become visible. Now, that's interesting. We've got these 2 lanes on 1 lane. Nothing there. What have we got here? Overtaking lane 5. That's not really helpful. Let's see if we got anything on this sign. God, I can't even get around to see it. It's just in that keep left in slash overtaking. Okay. Keep left slash overtaking. So I'm really quite a long way inland by the right thing, but going, yeah, I don't know. What have we got here? Forest Adventures, High Rope Adventure Park. Okay, that's interesting potentially. Doesn't tell me much, but this is helpful. Capel, Bunbury. Bunbury. I think Bunbury's WA, isn't it? Isn't it? Oh, I thought it was. Maybe I'm wrong. Northwest Cape, Bunbury. Oh, this is confusing me. I thought Bunbury was. Maybe it is. It's down here. That's okay. So the Shire of Capel, part of Bunbury Geographic. Banya. Okay, let's see what we see here. Capel. Click on there. Capel. So I'm down here somewhere. I'm guessing I'm on this number 10 road. 10 highway. That's potentially useful. Okay, so think about this. Logic. I'm outside. Oh, 28 seconds to go. I was on a dirt road to start with. Look, I'm down. I'm just going to go with that. I haven't got time to fill it. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. 4949. Haven't got 20,000. And as I said, that's my first name on any map. Blew it completely on that one there. But as the game breakdown goes, I mean, not bad. 5,000 points, 4964, 4864. So I had 4 good rounds and 1 lousy one. Yeah, okay, so I'm quite happy with that, and I'll continue trying this periodically. Aiming for a perfect score, aiming for 20,000 first in 20 minutes. And there we go, and thank you for watching, and bye for now.